What's up, everybody? My name is Max, and these are my ideas about how we can use our psychology and our physiology to be healthier and more productive. And today, I'm going to share my deepest insecurities with you. That's coming up. So I was reminded of this idea by watching a video by Gary Vaynerchuk. If you're not familiar with who he is a business guru, public speaker, and he's not just some cheesy guru. He actually runs, I think, like a 600-person ad agency in New York. So he's the real deal. He also has a lot of self-development content like this.
For someone who grew up with a hard childhood, how do they overcome that?
By yelling out loud the poison that was.
Okay, and other question.
The way you own it
Yeah.
is by putting it out there.
Okay. All right.
It's owning you because of its secrets.
All right. Thanks for that.
You understand?
Yeah.
Once you put it out, it's over. Look, this entire evening is why I'm emotional. You guys, so many of you are keeping a secret inside that's just insecurities that your mom gave you, or your dad gave you, or your older sibling gave you. A lot of you are sitting with them. Half of you are sitting with them. I met you tonight. The fact that I know that if you made a video right now and just told your truth, if you just took fucking Instagram right now, flipped it, and said it, it would change your fucking life.
Number one is that I am shooting this video from my mom's basement. The reason why I'm doing this is I decided to move out of a $2,000 a month apartment that I could barely afford to move back in here and eliminate my credit card and car debt. Number two, I dropped out of college after 2 years, and even though I have 5 years of work experience and plenty of good references, I still, somewhere inside myself, am concerned that I dropped out because I couldn't hack it, even though I had good grades, or I dropped out and somehow it's gonna haunt me. There's some vague cultural fear of not having a college degree that still haunts me sometimes. Number three, I have pretty intense mood swings, and although I haven't been diagnosed with anything, it might be diagnosable. Who knows? Essentially what it looks like is for 4 or 5 days in a row, I will have just massive energy. I only need to sleep like 5 hours a night. I feel amazing. I get tons of stuff done, and it feels like I'm smarter. It feels like I can learn more. It's like a mild mania, like a minor short-term bipolar mania. And then 2 or 3 days a week, I feel wiped out. I feel exhausted, depressed, miserable, and no matter how much caffeine or rest I get, I just can't get the gears in my brain to work. And I'm self-conscious about it because I think that, or I'm afraid that instability will make it hard to have romantic relationships, and that instability will make it hard to build good habits or build anything meaningful like a business or a YouTube channel or whatever. And it's just something that I feel shy about. I feel like I should be stoic, but the reality is my moods sweep through me really intensely because of my genetics or whatever. Number four is I am self-conscious about the size of my dick. I mean, every guy is, but I have a really specific reason. By the numbers or by the reviews of my previous girlfriends, I should be stoked. I should be happy. But there's this weird thing that my body does, which is even with a mild amount of exercise, all the blood comes into the core of my body. This, as you can probably predict, means that I shrivel up like a fucking raisin when I am exercising or when I'm swimming or whatever. And I've actually received, I think, 3 rude comments in my entire life. But despite that, I should be super happy and proud because it's more than good enough where it counts. But regardless, I've got a massive insecurity around it. Fifth fear, I'm afraid that I will never build my own business. I'm afraid that I will always have to work a day job. And the reason why is that I've had a couple of business failures. I've started like 3 or 4 businesses that have all made $1.50-ish profit a month, which is a third of what I need to actually live on. So I'm afraid that I'll never be able to build a business that profits me 50 grand a year plus, even though I know I can. Sixth fear, I'm afraid I'll go bankrupt. I have a car loan and I have 2 credit cards, and the whole thing totals up to around $750 a month to service and around $35,000 of debt. And I'm afraid that I won't be able to service it and I'll go bankrupt at some point. And my last, and probably one of the bigger fears or insecurities in my life, is that I've chosen not to talk to my dad, because when I was growing up, he pretty much made me feel like a worthless piece of shit and manipulated me into doing that. And a lot of the adults at the time, when I was a little kid, agreed that he was pretty insufferable because of that. He would kind of spin it so that you felt bad about yourself no matter what the topic, and make everything seem doom and gloom. And it just took a toll on you. It wasn't super overt, but it was just a gradual nagging breaking down of everyone around him, and it was miserable. And I have two kind of insecurities around that. Number one is I'm afraid that I won't be able to overcome the feeling that I'm absolutely worthless at a core level despite any outside achievement. And number two is I'm afraid that my choice not to talk to him will have been based on a memory of him as a kid, and if he changed, it will mean that I've burned down a relationship or thrown away a relationship which could have been salvaged and positive. I haven't made up my mind about those, but those are the insecurities. So that's it. That's the video. And my challenge to you is this. In the comments down below this video, write out your insecurities. It's just for strangers. No one cares. But getting the insecurities out in the world does two things. Number one is it shows courage. It shows that you're not afraid to put them out in the world, despite the fact that they might have ruled you for so long. And number two is you confirm that even when other people know about your insecurities, even when the worst possible things are out there verbally in the world, you're still fine. So it shows you that you're courageous, and it shows you that the world is safe. These things make you feel much better. That's it. I hope this video gave you a laugh. I hope it made you maybe a little bit less insecure. I hope it made you feel maybe a little bit less lonely if we have some of the same or similar insecurities. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.